All right, welcome back. So our first challenge is to write a push method. So our doubly linked list class doesn't do anything right now. Let's add a method called push that takes a node or takes a value and adds a new node to the end of the doubly linked list. So if we visualize that here, if I wanted to push something in at the end, I'll do create and, oh no, not create, insert. After tail is how we specify at the end. Let's do 80. All that we have to do is find the tail, and we make a new node, 80. We connect the .next of the tail to our new tail, and then we also need to go the other direction. We need to take the new tail and connect it backwards to the old tail. And then finally, we make this the tail. We move that over. So if we wanted to write the pseudocode, the steps that we need to follow, the first thing is to create the new node that you're going to add in. So create a new node with a value passed in. We need to check if the head is null, or you could also just check if the length is 0. Basically check if the list is empty. If it is, the head and the tail are both the newly created node, and you don't actually have to do anything else if that's the case, because there's no previous or next to connect. We just make the head and the tail the same. Otherwise, if there is something in there already, we take the current tail and we set the next property on it to be the new node that we just made. But then we also need to take the previous property of the new node and set it to be the old tail. So we need to point the arrow backwards. If this is making the forward arrow, the .next, we need to do the .previous from the new node back to the old tail. And then we just need to update the tail property to be the new node that is now at the end, just like we did here, where we inserted, if we step back here, we make the new node, we connect the old tail to the new node, then we connect the new node to the old tail, and then we just say, all right, this thing is the tail. That's the last step. And then lastly, increment the length, and then return the entire list. All right, so in the next video, we'll have a solution.